Hey everyone, Sean Visintainer here from the Silver Bow Fly Shop in Spokane. We're doing a little pre-runoff fishing today on the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River. Today I just want to talk about some gear to use and what fly setups to use. So let's take a look at our first setup, the streamer rig. With streamers during these colder months of March and April before runoff, we need to get our streamers down deep. So on the streamer setup, I like to run not only just a heavily weighted streamer, but a sink tip. This particular sink tip's not super huge. It's just a little short 5-footer. You can fish 5-footers, 10-footers. That doesn't matter too much, but having that sink tip on that line, whether it's integrated like this or even just a sinking leader or sink tip added to a floating line, will make a big difference. You really need to get those flies down. Fish are down deep, so you need to get those flies on the bottom. So let's take a look at a nymph setup now. The nymph setup this is actually generally how I fish most of my nymph rigs, but we'll just take a little bit closer look at it. I like to run my nymphs. I like to run 2 nymphs first of all, but I like to have a heavier lead fly like a stonefly pattern, which is also a great searching pattern during these colder months, and then a smaller attractor fly like this little Prince we got behind it. You can also run midge pupa or blue-winged olive nymphs, other patterns like that, but these 2 in particular are great to start with. And then just above that we have some split shot, couple heavy BB split shot, and then I got a strike indicator about 6 to 7 feet up, and that strike indicator distance from your flies will depend on how deep of water you're fishing. So let's take a look at our flies now. That's what we use for a streamer and nymph rigs. Let's take a look at the flies a little bit closer. I've got a little box that we kind of put together for fishing today. These are some real basic patterns to have with you, and I'm not going to worry about the details of which each pattern is. There's a lot of good patterns that work, but in particular we're going to fish some streamers today, heavy ones with cones, maybe some with a little flash. Sculpin patterns work great. And then for your nymphs, again, stoneflies, some with beads, some without. The good old San Juan worm, I know a lot of people don't like fishing it. Doesn't really care to me what I fish. It works freaking great. So, and then beadhead Prince patterns, copper johns, beadhead pheasant tails, midge pupa, that sort of thing works great pre-runoff. I would pack some dry flies with you this time of the year, even though we haven't been doing any dry fly fishing today. It warms up over the next couple of weeks as we get into early April, and you start to get hatches of blue-winged olives, March browns like these guys, occasionally gray drakes, and definitely pack some larger stones like Skwala patterns with you. You do get a little bit of stonefly activity, and when these bugs start to pop, the dry fly fishing can really pick up. Hope that gives you somewhat of an idea of what to fish on the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene, and this can be applied to the St. Joe too. So if you have any questions, just give us a holler at Silver Bow Fly Shop, and good luck on the water. Thanks.